Since 2014, U.S. Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. From embroidered polos to customized uniforms and fan gear, they have the expertise and the people to do it all. Their catalog includes spiritwear, athletic equipment, and promotional items. From mugs and golf balls to jackets and hoodies, everything is branded to your specifications. For gear that works as hard as you do, trust in U.S. Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
Big change that we have made. Week 3 here is that we have shortened the format for 2 weeks of playing with the best of 5 sets format. We have dropped it back down to the original format that we had for all of Season 2, which is best of 3. So first 2 sets, every set is still best of 5 legs. Again, it was getting a little too long there for the players, for the production, for the staff. We tried it. We deemed that it wasn't worthwhile to continue. So again, shorter format, tighter games, more drama. That's what we love to see here at the Worcester Premier League. And again, Joe, not loving these darts, not loving the open 41 found there from Mr. Ricard. Rudge struggling to find his game in the opening weeks here. Is he one of the few players that has not locked in points? I believe he's the only player, unfortunately, who has not locked in points after 2 weeks of play. So we are all rooting for Rudge. Find those critical points to make the chase for the championship belt that much more interesting. Joe Ricard, a little bit of haywire approach here to his throw. Not finding consistent rhythm, and Rudge looking to just keep him steady and straight. Does find a solid 60. Can't drop that third one into that triple 20 segment. Joe looking to reset here. In fact, those darts look remarkably similar to the darts that Berto was throwing into the same great success. Great 140 fired in from Joe. So who knows, maybe Berto was borrowing Joe's set, and that's a fantastic answer there from Mark Rudge. Solid ton. Joe Ricard looking to just keep pushing this ball forward. 190, no finish. Can't quite grab that third dart, but 60 will leave him down to the outs first, and Mark Rudge just all over the segments, not able to find anything worthwhile. So unfortunate there. Only 19 found. Joe working with a little fish, 130 remaining. Fortunately, will not go. And so Joe looking to just try and correct. Will only find 40, leave himself 90. Rudge, 205 is not an out. But a big visit here will leave himself handy. Wants at least a triple 20 or a trip 19. Does find the trip 19. That is a great adjustment there from Rudge. So Joe, a lot of pressure on this 90. No stranger to these type of mid-range outs here. The 8 is going to not leave himself anything reasonable to work with. And Rudge, 108 remaining. Multiple ways to go. Can go for Shanghai in the 18s or may elect to start with the 20s. We'll see what the plan is for Rudge. Likes to go down to the 19s. Can't grab the trip 19. You can see on his face how close that was. And can't find the correction needed to make it at least friendly. Looks like a little bit of a scoreboard correction here going on. Joe may have not pushed the button. So Joe Ricard, 48 remaining, 16 or 8. Probably go for 8 because he loves double 20. Last week he struggled with double 16, excuse me. Looks like he does find that double 8, so double trouble no more. And this side of the board, hopefully, for Joe Ricard. We've only seen one example tonight. Again, I'm really surprised that Joe did not go for double 20 there. 83 is a great lead off here for Rudge. And you'll see that with players from time to time where they will purposely leave themselves 32 or 40, even if they don't necessarily need to, or the recommended way is not the way that they choose to go. Again, this game is all preference. It's all that darts ever boils down to. It's feeling, gut feelings. And Rudge certainly throwing with some feeling tonight. Great consistency and great flow to his game tonight. Unfortunately, haven't been able to see too much of Rudge in these first 2 weeks here. Love to see more of this guy on the stream. Consistency and feeling and just confidence about the game, really. It's just everything. That looks like a solid ton fired in there from Rudge. Only 85, but still a great visit. This guy's going to be feeling nothing but confidence after his very first WPL nightly victory last week. Joe Ricard had a solid run to the finals. A little bit of a challenge there against Berto Santos in that second round, but got it done against the Dreamboat Ron in that final. Rudge, another solid visit, firing in the big ton. Rudge, great stuff. Down at 173 after 4 visits to the board. And sometimes, hey, these type of visits just build confidence, build the flow, build the feeling. Rudge can certainly feed off of this momentum. That's a solid first. Not a bad second, actually. A little bit of a chuckle there from Rudge. Saw that dart dip into that 1-1 segment. Didn't like it initially, but it did get rid of that 3. Joe looking to try and fill up the bed. Able to find the big 140 to drop that score down all the way to 113. 21 hits, so 74 remaining here for Mark Rudge. 14s. Can't find it. 63 remaining, 63 remaining. That was correct. Again, Martinez caster math. There is no greater challenge for me on a Monday night than math. The old mathematics skills were not my strong suit growing up, but the math skills were almost there for Joe Ricard. 77 fired in, just missing that double 18. If the textbooks are correct, I believe the way here is 17 and tops for Mark Rudge. Finds it. 2-dart take there for Mark Rudge. Great leg there. And these types of legs will build confidence. Type of legs that Rudge needs. Again, he's such a fantastic player. When he's on, he's dynamite. In fact, that might be his new nickname from now on. Dynamite Mark Rudge. Dynamite Rudge. We'll have to see if that sticks. But again, his darts can just be fantastic when he's on. The flow, the consistency. Confidence. Confidence and confidence for Mark Rudge here in this match against Joe Ricard. No mistakes usually for Joe on the scoring segment. He has such a unique throw. He has a little bit of a bob in his arm as he gets his arm nice and loose, where Rudge is more of just a direct, straight shot into that segment. Might be 66, might be 80. Nope, it's in fact 66. But see the little bob, the pullback there from Joe Ricard, just to set his arm in the right position so he knows where exactly that release point's going to be. Individuals who throw like that, usually not first dart merchants. Second or third darts are usually very reliable because they can more easily make that adjustment. It's actually harder for them to try and find their target. See the second dart just slotting in there so perfectly, and the third dart not missing by much. Rudge, a little bit of a tall task here to try and catch back up in this leg. First dart was well wide. The second dart not making the adjustment that he was looking for. And the third dart finding its target, but not finding the big trip 20 segment that he wanted. Joe Ricard 175 will most likely stay up top. Again, no pressure to try and force the issue here, so more or less just trying to reliably knock that score down. Only 45 punched in. 319, so well out here for Rudge. It needs another one to at least put some semblance of pressure on. The 81 is serviceable, but it's not going to be enough to really put any pressure on Joe as he lines up for another big, I guess, baby fish. This man last season, for everybody who's in the chat here, everybody's watching live, Joe fired in a spectacular 170 on stream. So we know he has the ability to get on the boat and haul up some fish, but we just haven't seen it this season. It's a great visit there from Mark Rudge. 80 left here for Joe, under pressure. And he goes wide, feeling the pressure there, and actually out of character miss there from Joe Ricard. Rudge, big opportunity, 98. Has to go with Joe sitting on tops. can't find the triple, can only set up, and he misses that third dart at the big number, so mistakes abound for both guys. Joe Ricard, 3 darts, double 20. Big moments here. This is a huge, huge visit. Looks like a little bit of a score correction from both guys, so again, Joe Ricard, he has the opportunity to go 2 legs up on this set. Needs to make the adjustment down. A little bit more down. Great guides. And he keeps them high. So Mark Rudge, opportunities here. 1 dart has to be expended. 19. 2 darts at tops. Down to double 10. And he can't make the adjustment, but boy, he did not miss by much. More opportunities here for Joe. Nervy darts from both guys. Down to double 10. And again, just not able to find a double trouble from both gentlemen here, but Mark Rudge, more darts, more opportunities, shake of the arms. Confidence, Mark, confidence. Oh, unfortunate there, not able to find the double 5. Such a tricky double to go after. Chasing from the corner right to the upper left. Joe just wide again. Minor corrections needed. Wrong way. And again, both guys not able to find their way home. Little bit of a wry smile there from Rudge. Double 2s never lose is the memo here, and he finds it on double 1. Mark Rudge electing to travel around the world.
Looking for your next night out in Worcester? Tee Up Tap Room is the place to be. With 5 golf simulator bays, more than 20 dartboards, a full bar and kitchen, and leagues for both golf and darts running year-round, Tee Up is the go-to spot for competition and community. Swing by Tee Up Tap Room at 70 James Street in Worcester and see why it's the city's home for golf, darts, and good times.
But he finds his passage home, and that is 2 legs in the ledger book for Mark Rudge. Big opportunity here to hold throw, take the opening set, possibly deliver. Joe, a set defeat here in this game. Great third dart, finding the 85. Rudge really finding his game. Joe not able to really get it going here. The scoring, which has been so reliable these past couple of weeks, really from all guys tonight, not there, unfortunately. Not a great visit. Rudge, adjustments needed over to the right, finds it, but can't quite lick the trip there. Such an unfortunate, great adjustment down, but just not able to find it home. Great first there from Joe. Unfortunate second. And the third dart just almost like magnet darts, chasing that second one into that one segment. So these types of mistakes, again, it's said in darts that mistakes breed mistakes, and great darts breed great darts. It's all a matter of flow. If you're not really finding your target, you're not really going to keep your arm in that easy, steady motion. You're going to start to force it, find the adjustment. Great ton there from Joe, but again, when it's coming easy, it just flows. It just pours. Both guys here finding their flow. Solid back-to-back tons from both guys. But when you start to struggle, you start to get in your own head, you start to think. Not to say that thinking about everything is wrong, but sometimes turning your brain off and just letting your arm do the talking, that's what's needed in darts. Rudge just needs to drop it. Great guides and a great third dart. Rudge really showing us some scoring firepower here, down to a baby fish of his own. Give this man a fishing pole and take him out on the water. He has a job to do, and he wants to get it done. Joe can only drop his score down to 140. Mark Rudge going for fishing for a baby fish. Can't find it, unfortunately. So unlucky. One of these nights, ladies and gentlemen, that we will find a baby fish in these waters. We'll go by a river, maybe a stream, maybe a pond. And we'll haul a little guppy up for all of us to reasonably enjoy. And Joe looking to enjoy that second dart, double 10. And I think Joe might have had a mathematical error there, 120. That would have been a spectacular bust. A little bit of a chuckle from both guys. 70 remaining, so 20. Bullseye! Oh, tough darts there from Mark Rudge. Maybe a little bit more of a breath there. And Joe shaking his head knowing that that would have been a disgusting bust. Well wide on that first one and pulls it well inside. Not sure what the plan was with that second dart. So again, Mark Rudge, opportunities for the first set of this game. 8-8. Finds it. Rudge punching out here. Set taken. Opportunities gone for Joe Ricard. Rudge showing the Week 2 champ the business here.
Balboni Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards to accessories and apparel, they're the one-stop shop for any player looking to stock up or upgrade. Whether you're stepping up to the line for the first time or competing for trophies and checks, Balboni Darts is the store that the champion selects.
Again, Rudge is not only fighting for pride, not only fighting for legs. Forget all of it. Who cares? This man is in the hunt for points. He wants them, and he wants to get him any way he can. Joe's in his way. He's going to try and knock him down. So Joe under pressure here. One set down. Has to win two on the spin. Wants to just level out his mind and focus up at the task at hand here. Can't find the third dart to give himself a big score. And we saw a little bit of this from Mark Rudge last season as well. Came out of the opening weeks, not really performing very well, not finding his rhythm. But man, when it came to those last 2 to 3 weeks of the season, he was just lights out. As they say, the man was not missing. He had a newfound confidence. And Joe just struggling to find any sort of confidence in his throw at all. Looking to continue the march down the board. Might be too many in the way, but a great adjustment. Great switch down to that trip 19 Rudge. 97 punched in. Joe already over 100 points behind. Just double checking things here, making sure that he's set up physically how he wants to be. Might be two in the way. We'll still force it. Joe, one of those players where it doesn't matter if it doesn't look good. He's going to try and clatter those darts in and find his way into that segment. Rudge, not a reasonable or worthwhile visit there. Only punching in 28. Not a great round at all. Don't want him to be slipping into pedestrian visits like that, round after round, because this man will not give him the chances that, well, he's really been giving Rudge this entire game so far. A little bit of a mental reset there from Rudge. Might be a little too much excitement, a little too much adrenaline going in the bloodstream here of Rudge as he tries to lock in, focus back up. Again, Joe not really putting on too much pressure, not able to find any real scoring firepower here. So Rudge, even though he's behind, he's not out. 19's proving to be his home here. Doing a little bit of math. Not sure where that third dart landed, but a great visit nonetheless to jump back in front. 79 scored, 190 remaining. Joe just trying to keep these steady darts, and another straying dart into those ones, and 28 locked in, but no out found for Joe. Stranding himself at 180. Big opportunity here for Rudge to leave himself something workable. Does find that single bull for 50. Will leave himself 140. Marooned on 180 Island is Joe Ricard with FedEx packages abound. Talking volleyball in the 140. Wow, my goodness. Hopefully he takes Wilson home with him. This next visit, Joe Ricard. Rudge not able to keep it clean here as he just struggles to put the three darts together. 31, not even able to find 50. Joe looking to come out with a double 20. Pip here down to double 10. And Joe struggling again on the outer ring of the board. Not able to put it together. This is so uncharacteristic of him. I, quite frankly, am shocked. 89 remaining for Mark Rudge. A little bit of a reset here. Wants trip 19. Finds it. Double 16. And he takes it. Big 109 there from Mark Rudge. 109 out. Wow. Out of nowhere, Rudge has came firing, guns blazing. Joe knows that the pressures on the short format will not give him a lot of chances. Unbelievable take there. We have seen highlight takes from Rudge before. Solid 140 from Joe Ricard, but man, this man is a highlight machine. He follows with an 85 of his own, but still a great way to lead off here in the second leg. Joe just looking to show Rudge that he is not defeated here. Again, confidence breeds confidence. 81 fired in following that 140. Rudge looking to put pressure on. He will punish Joe for those mistakes. Not able to punish Joe for much of anything there. Just more of a slap on the hand than anything else. So Joe needs to keep this pace up. Cannot afford to slow down. Solid ton there. Will leave himself 180 after 3 visits to the board. Oh, fill it up, Rudge. Oh, unlucky. Only 140 found there. Again, Rudge is chasing for those 2 points. His first 2 points of the season. And he is pushing Joe hard. He wants those points. He can smell them now. They're in eyesight. But he needs to try and leave himself handy with 250 remaining. Needs a triple here. Can't find it. Will only leave himself, I believe, 190. And Joe going downstairs. Trip 19 found. 38 left. 2 darts. Double 18. Sorry, double 19. Finds the 6. Double 16. And it looks like that might be in the double 7. Just wide. Indeed, it is just wide. I can actually hear the groan over from the other room. So Joe missing by millimeters. So unfortunate. Rudge, no way to go here. Can leave himself something nice, but not a way out. And Joe Ricard, you feel like this has to go. Double 9, straight at it. Oh my goodness, just outside. And he pulls it inside, so we've seen 119 from Mark Rudge. 105 to follow. 85 remaining. Won't go. Not sure if that was, well, it for sure wasn't what he was planning, but 58 is not a bad leave. Just on the edge there, double 4. And Joe finally able to take a leg there. Not comfortable, not looking the best. And Mark supporting his buddy here. He knows that was a struggle. And Rudge was in sniffing distance of that leg. Oh, drop another one in there. Oh, man. Can only find the ton. But Joe struggling to find his way with the doubles tonight. Really, the entire form is just not there for Joe. Rudge looking to take advantage, and that just goes to show that everyone here at the WPL, these guys have been pushing each other on top of pushing themselves week after week, night after night, trying so hard to keep pace with everybody, given the relegation awaiting them potentially at the end of the season. So the entire level of play, the level of the entire field has been elevated. Rudge looking to try and correct, and he does. Solid darts there. So Rudge at least walking away from every visit with at least 1 triple 20 found. Joe struggling to put 2 or 3 together. Wants another one in there. The ton will do nicely, but he's still chasing. Rudge looking for the small adjustment down. Going slightly to the right. Can't quite make the correction, but he was not far off. 281. Won't be hindered too badly with that second dart being found. 85 will leave himself 196 as well. So both guys, who needs to start from 501? We can just start right at the good part. Right when the darts get so tense and so dramatic. So Rudge first down to an out, but not a friendly one. 151 is well outside the comfortable range for just about everybody. Same darts here from Joe Ricard, so both guys neck and neck. 151 won't go for Mark Rudge. Probably drop down to 19s. Does find the 19 there. 59 found. Big darts again. When you're in a nervy battle like this, big darts is all that matters. Hit the big segments. Joe not able to find the triple either. Does find that triple with that third. So advantage Joe Ricard as we get to the latter half of this leg. 92 remaining, 72 left. 60 left, just outside of the triple. He finds the tops ahead of schedule, folks, but will leave himself a one dart out. Joe has not been reliable. Needs to find this right here, right now. And he just drops it low. The over-adjustment is real. Big opportunity for Mark Rudge. And it's taken. Rudge has pushed Joe to the edge of defeat here. One leg needed to upset Joe Ricard. Week 2 champion. This would be a fantastic result for Mark Rudge. One more leg needed. Job not done. Joe under pressure. No more mistakes from this point on. What can Rudge do to lead off? At least keep them straight. Does find the big ton. Rudge is pushing Joe to the absolute limit here. This is the drama that we are craving here at the Worcester Premier League. This is the type of stuff that we love to see. In a big 1-2-1, I think, found from Joe Ricard. It is punched in there. Rudge looking to respond. One more of those. Can't find the big 140, but the ton back-to-back will keep Joe under immediate pressure. Look at these guys. They're not even blinking. Joe wants to fill up this bed to get some leeway here. Doesn't find the 140. Just an unlucky deflection there, and Rudge under pressure to follow here. Has to deliver the goods. Rudge not able to follow the spectacular 140 there from Joe Ricard. 2-4-1, well outside. 1-4-3. Joe looking to try and leave himself something handy here. Not able to find anything good, but again, no finish for Mark Rudge. He can only set up. Again, needs at least 2 triples, you feel, to leave himself something workable. Can't find it, but the steady darts will persist. 60 after 60 found. No out, 1-8-1, but the confidence will still be there because Rudge is not throwing bad darts. No need here for Joe to go after the bullseye finish. Thought about going for another 18. Will leave himself 50, but will just stay there for 54 to leave himself 32. Smart play, managing the game very well. And Rudge, first start there is going to make things very difficult. Needs a triple, can't find it, so he's down to an out. But relying, he's gonna have to rely on a lot of mistakes here from Joe Ricard. And Joe not staying around for that drama, wants out of there, playing very well to dig himself out of that hole. But again, Rudge was not too far behind, so opportunity, last leg decider for this set. The advantage should be in Mark Rudge's hands here. 64 found. Worthwhile start, Joe. You can just see the focus and the concentration from this man. He knows he doesn't want to get knocked out. Can't quite find the trip going downstairs. Finds the big trip 19, pushing that ball closer down to an out. Rudge needs to respond. Can't afford those types of darts drifting off into the ones. Maybe just a slower release needed to keep those darts lined up. Joe not doing much to pressure off the rip here. Able to drop that dart into the triple 20 for 81, but still, the pressure really is on Rudge. Leading off here, can't afford to let this one slip by. Finds the third dart, big third for 70. But if you are defending your throw in the last leg decider, I don't want to say it's unacceptable for you to lose the leg, but it should be yours. Only finding 22, Joe, pressure, Rudge, Big opportunity here. Big darts coming up. Finds the first one. Errant flyer of a second one. Needs a big third. Can't lock it in. Only 66 found, but it's enough. It's enough. Joe wanting to keep him straight. Finds the big second dart. Wants another. Can't quite find it, but 201 to 260. These guys are neck and neck. Rudge wants to elevate that ever so slightly. Wanted to go down to the trip 18 segment. Looks like it was two blocked there. So 201, 202. Guys, flip a coin. Who's going to take this leg? Short format, you never know. Can he make the adjustment? He can't. Only 60 found, so while he's first down to an out. A lot to work with. Rudge wanting to stay on those 18s. It looks like he does find the big triple. So great third to save that visit. 90 found. 112, a lot more workable than 141. The first part's found. Can't find the second part. That would have been a stunning setup there. But Joe can only set up from here. He will have to rely on mistakes from Mark Rudge, who has already taken out 119 tonight. The 112 to follow and clinch the game. Critical darts here for this man in the backwards ball cap. 92 left. And unfortunately, the opportunity has gone the wayside, so more opportunities from Joe Ricard. 54 remaining. We've seen double trouble. 14 found. 2 darts. Tops. And it's low. It's low. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Rudge taking a stretch, taking a moment. 74 remaining. 9 will leave him 63. 15. Bullseye! Oh, just wide. That would have been a spectacular take. But he's just wide. And Joe looking to clean up. 2 darts left at it. And again, the nerves, the frustration. Big opportunity for the correction. Mark Rudge has to waste a dart. 9. 8. Found! Mark Rudge has taken his first points of Season 3.
Looking for a way to support the Worcester Premier League directly? Check out our coffee page. Every dollar donated goes right back into the league, helping us cover operations and build a bigger prize pool for the players. Your support makes it possible for us to keep the WPL growing season after season. Once again, your donation helps us keep the competition thriving and the darts flying. Visit our page at coffee.com/WPL darts to make a contribution today.